Welcome to today's Practice Advantage Pro. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about outsourcing billing, going outside of your organization to do billing. And that may seem like it's counterintuitive to a certain extent because the old adage is, ain't nobody watches your money like you do, meaning you're really in tune with your own money and watching the dollars and how they flow through your particular medical practice. Today's environment, though, is very complex from a regulatory standpoint. There are many more compliance issues than in the past, and things are changing quickly with some of the federal mandates that are out there regarding how you comply with meaningful use and some of the penalties associated with that, PQRS, and some of the other acronyms that are out there. So if you are thinking about outsourcing your billing, and actually some of the surveys that have been done indicate that outsourced billing actually does a better job of collecting the money than in-house billing. So there are nuances there, obviously. So where would you start? One of the resources that I find is very valuable is the Medical Group Management Association has put together a questionnaire and checklist to go through, very detailed. Why reinvent the wheel? I would point you toward the MGMA checklist on outsourced billing. They break it into general questions, billing questions, patient posting and follow-up questions, data entry, reporting, the cost of what that might be for you, the software, hardware requirements, the collections process, if they actually do that, and then references. So a couple of pearls that I want to share with you on the general side of things include, one, do they have a regional presence? Meaning, does the billing company understand workers' compensation in your particular market or some of the local coverage decisions from some of the private payers that are nuanced in your particular geography? Another piece that I would recommend is having somebody designated as a lead. Do they designate a lead person that you can go to every time with your questions about billing, instead of taking who might be there on that particular day as their point person for your particular account? Also, do they offer an opportunity to come and teach you and your staff, the providers, about what are some of the things you could do to assure compliance or improve your billing? And maybe they come out and they shadow a provider for maybe a couple of hours at a time to understand some things, and then they can make recommendations and do some teaching around that. I think the other thing that's important outside of the teaching, the site visit, and the lead is, are there good references in the marketplace for your specialty? You want to make sure that they're familiar with your specialty. There are certain specialties where there are a lot of modifiers, and it maybe costs you a little bit more, but in the end, they'll be better at collections. So once again, it's around billing, payment, data entry, reports. Customized reports sometimes cost extra. Sometimes the cost involved with outsourcing the billing is based on a percentage of collections. You want to know what that collection really entails. It may be a flat fee plus collections. So understanding all those nuances, great resource of questions to ask is through the Medical Group Management Association questionnaire on outsourcing billing. So I recommend you take a look if you're thinking about that. Thank you for joining us for today's Practice Advantage Pro.